What if everything you thought you knew about the Obama family was just the tip of the iceberg? In this deep dive, we unravel the shocking rumors and conspiracy theories that have circled around the Obama family for years, from whispers about Michelle's true identity to the jaw-dropping claims about Malia's real last name. This video explores the wild rumors that just refuse to go away. Did Malia Obama just reveal her family's biggest secret? Buckle up, because this journey into the most dramatic stories behind America's most iconic family is about to get very interesting. Barack and Michelle Obama conspiracies. The conspiracy theory suggesting that Michelle Obama is a transgender woman has been a persistent and baseless claim circulated by various online platforms and conspiracy theorists. This rumor became popular after comedian Joan Rivers made a joke in 2014, referring to Michelle Obama as a tranny. Rivers' comment, likely intended as a joke, was immediately taken by conspiracy theorists who have since pushed the idea that Michelle Obama was born male and went by Michael, but transitioned before marrying Barack Obama. One of the main arguments used by those who promote this conspiracy is the examination of Michelle Obama's physical appearance. They often point to her height, muscle tone, and certain photographs that, when altered or taken out of context, are used to support their claims. To some conspiracy theorists, these physical traits are not just the result of regular workouts and good genes, but are proof that she was born male. Of course, this conveniently ignores the fact that many women, especially athletes and those who exercise regularly, can have muscular builds because only males are allowed to be tall and have nice arms. Supporters and traffickers of the Michelle Obama transgender theory often bring up old photos of her and Obama claiming to be of her before her transition, and present photos of Michelle where her body is positioned in such a way that they claim it reveals a bulge, which they claim is evidence of a male genitalia. Never mind that these photos are typically always edited or taken out of context, and that the original versions of these photos exist. But why let the facts get in the way of a good conspiracy theory? Despite being shot down several times by fact-checking organizations like Reuters and AFP, these altered images continue to be shared and believed by those who already subscribe to the conspiracy theory. Rumble, a video sharing platform, has also played a role in spreading this misinformation. According to Media Matters for America, Rumble promoted a video pushing this anti-trans conspiracy theory about Michelle Obama among its editor picks. The video, which just blabbed about all of the rumors without containing any real evidence, suggested that Michelle Obama's life story as presented to the public is a total lie. The theory also touches on the idea that Michelle Obama's identity as a transgender woman was deliberately covered to ensure Barack Obama's political success. This argument claims that the American public would not have accepted a first lady who was transgender, and therefore the Obamas went to great lengths to hide this supposed truth. Barack Obama's sexuality is often dragged into this conspiracy as well, with claims that their marriage is a fake, created to hide their true identities. The idea that Barack Obama is secretly gay, and that Michelle is a transgender woman, is used to suggest that their public personas are nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion. This narrative is not only baseless, but also harmful as it perpetuates negative stereotypes about both LGBTQ plus individuals and Black families. Despite the lack of evidence, this conspiracy theory has gone on for years, largely because it plays into pre-existing biases that its supporters harbor. The internet, particularly platforms like Rumble and various social media sites, has allowed these rumors to spread rapidly and reach audiences who may not otherwise be exposed to such ideas. The conspiracy theory has been debunked numerous times by credible sources, including major news outlets and fact-checking organizations. However, the nature of conspiracy theories is such that they are resistant to debunking. Once someone believes in a conspiracy, contradictory evidence is often dismissed as part of the cover-up. The first children. The wild rumors about Michelle Obama's gender identity don't just stop with her. They've somehow managed to extend to her children as well. As if questioning the First Lady's identity wasn't enough, conspiracy theorists have set their sights on Malia and Sasha Obama, diving headfirst into speculation about whether they are even biological children of the Obamas. Let's start with the curious case of the Obama daughters adoption theories. If you've ever taken a stroll down the dark alleyways of the internet, you might have stumbled upon the theory that the Obama daughters were not, in fact, born to Barack and Michelle, but rather adopted into the family under circumstances that would make even the wildest telenovela look like child's play. The story goes that they have secret origins, and that their adoption was planned to align with the Obamas' crafted image of the perfect American family. One popular version of the theory suggests that both sisters were adopted from Morocco. Yes, you read that right, Morocco. This version claims that the Obamas made some sort of deal with a struggling Moroccan family to adopt their daughters in a bid to complete their picture-perfect family. But why Morocco, you ask? The theorists argue that the choice of Morocco was strategic, far enough away to avoid detection but not too far as to raise eyebrows. If that logic sounds a bit flimsy, that's because it is. But as with many conspiracy theories, it doesn't need to make sense as long as it fits.
In November 2012, Cornelius Devers sued Wells Fargo because there was a
The narrative that some people are desperate to believe. The Moroccan connection isn't the only version of the adoption theory. Another popular speculation is that the sisters were adopted from within the United States, with their true origins hidden, covered with confidential agreements and sealed records. Conspiracy theorists have pointed to the lack of public records about their births as evidence supporting their claims, even pointing to the absence of no pregnancy photos on the internet. Of course, they casually overlook the fact that the Obamas, as a high-profile family, would naturally have privacy measures in place to protect their children from unnecessary public attention. What drives these adoption theories even further is the belief that the girls somehow don't resemble their parents. Now let's take a moment to consider the logic, or lack thereof, behind this claim. The idea that a child must be a spitting image of their parents to be their biological offspring is not only scientifically inaccurate, but also hilariously simple-minded. Genetics, as most of us know, is a bit more complex than that. Children inherit a mix of traits from both parents, and even then, those traits can express themselves in countless ways. But when it comes to conspiracy theories, let's just say logic was found dead. Adding to the intrigue, some theorists have claimed that Malia's adoption was part of a grander scheme to groom her for future leadership. They suggest that the Obamas, knowing the importance of their legacy, chose to adopt Malia as part of a grand plan to position her as a future leader in her own right. According to this line of thinking, Malia was chosen not just as a daughter, but as a political heir, a future Obama 2.0, groomed from birth to carry on the family name, even though Michelle and Barack have stated publicly in interviews that they do not encourage their daughters to go into politics. But perhaps the weirdest version of the adoption theory is the idea that their daughters aren't even human. And no, this is not a joke. Some people actually believe it. Some conspiracy theorists have gone so far as to suggest that they are clones created as part of a secret government experiment. According to this theory, they were engineered in a lab, using a mix of Barack and Michelle's DNA along with some enhancements to create the perfect children. The fact that this theory exists at all shows the limitless imagination of conspiracy theorists, who are apparently willing to believe that the Obama family is part of a covert cloning operation. In reality, the idea that the Obama daughters were adopted is nothing more than a baseless conspiracy theory that has taken on a life of its own. It's a story that's been spun and twisted to fit a particular narrative, one that seeks to destroy the Obamas by casting doubt on the authenticity of their family. The persistence of this theory speaks to the power of misinformation and the lengths to which some people will go to believe in an alternate reality. As the theories about the daughter's adoption continue to grow, it's no surprise that some of these rumors bleed into other aspects of the Obama family's personal life, specifically Michelle Obama's journey to motherhood. The rumors surrounding Michelle Obama's struggles with infertility and the couple's use of IVF, in vitro fertilization, to conceive their daughters have been subjected to intense analysis and, unfortunately, misinformation. Conspiracy theorists, ever eager to link these personal challenges to the greater narrative of Michelle being transgender, have taken this aspect of her life and twisted it into a web of gossip, lies, and sensational claims. Michelle Obama has been very open about her struggles with fertility, not hiding anything from the ever-hungry public. She has been open about the difficulties she faced in becoming a mother. In her memoir, Becoming, she revealed that she had suffered a miscarriage. First time she got pregnant, saying, "I felt like I failed because I didn't know how common miscarriages were because we don't talk about them." She stated that it was this that led her to try out IVF treatments that helped conceive both Malia and Sasha. This revelation brought forth one of the most persistent rumors, which was that her public acknowledgement of using IVF to conceive Malia and Sasha was a cover-up for the fact that she could not have children because she was born male. This theory conveniently ignores the fact that many women, regardless of their gender identity, face fertility challenges. Yet, the conspiracy theorists have held onto this detail as supposed proof that Michelle Obama is not the biological mother of her children. According to this narrative, the decision to have children via IVF wasn't just a medical necessity, but a strategic strategic move to maintain their fake reality of a traditional family structure. The theorists argue that IVF was used to create a believable cover story, allowing the Obamas to present themselves as a typical American family while hiding the truth about Michelle's gender identity. These claims overlooked her struggles as a woman who has experienced loss and was using her experience to help others who were going through the same thing. Instead of humanizing her in the eyes of the public, they had turned her openness against her, weaponizing it to fit their conspiracy theories. They argue that her admission is a carefully crafted narrative to deflect from the truth, an accusation that is as hurtful as it is baseless. Another angle that conspiracy theorists like to traffic around is the idea that the Obamas chose to use IVF not only to have children, but to handpick the exact traits they wanted in their offspring. This theory goes hand in hand with the bizarre claims about Malia and Sasha being adopted or genetically engineered. The theorists claim that the Obamas could have used advanced genetic selection techniques to ensure their children would have the desired characteristics, an idea straight out of a science fiction novel. Adding to the misinformation, some theorists have gone as far as to claim that the IVF story was a calculated move to garner sympathy from the public and distract from the transgender rumors. They argue that by presenting herself as a mother who struggled to have children, Michelle was able to deflect attention away from the more controversial aspects of her identity. However, in the world of conspiracy theories, the simple truth is often overshadowed by the desire for a more fantastical narrative. The fact that Michelle Obama chose to be open about her fertility struggles has been twisted into something far removed from reality, serving as yet another example of how misinformation can take on a life of its own. So, as these conspiracy theories continue to grow, it's important to remember that they are just that, theories with no basis in fact. The truth about Michelle Obama's fertility struggles and the use of IVF is already out there, but for some, the splendor of a more sensational story is too tempting to resist. Michelle's daughter. As these speculations about Michelle's true gender and the origins of her daughters continue to go around, another development has added fuel to the fire: Malia's decision to drop the Obama last name. While it might seem like a simple choice to some, conspiracy theorists have latched onto this move, weaving it into their already elaborate narratives. But what exactly led Malia to make this decision, and why has it brought up such a frenzy of speculation? Malia Ann Obama, born on July 4th, 1998, has always been in the public eye. From the moment her father, Barack Obama, became the first African-American president of the United States, Malia, along with her sister Sasha, became a part of American history. Growing up in the White House, every aspect of Malia's life was subject to intense media attention, from her academic achievements to her personal style, and of course her relationships, with every little detail making headlines with the barest efforts. It's no surprise then that when she decided to drop her last name, it created quite a stir. The reality behind Malia's decision to drop the Obama last name is far less sensational than the conspiracy theories that have emerged as a result. As she transitioned from life as the president.
If you find removing facial hair hard, you need one of these. All you need is 3 minutes, and once you try it, you'll
President's daughter to creating her own path, Malia faced the challenge of stepping out of her parents' shadow, attending Harvard University, interning at prestigious institutions, and exploring her interests in film and media. Malia wanted to be seen as an individual, not just as Obama's daughter. This desire for independence is something many children of high-profile parents experience, especially when they're trying to establish their own identities and careers. At the debut of her short film titled The Heart at the Sundance Film Festival, the Obama last name was nowhere to be found on her set list. Dropping the Obama last name was likely a part of this process. By going by Malia Ann, she could focus on her own achievements without the constant association with her father's legacy. It was a move towards being independent and standing on her own, an effort to craft her own narrative in a world that has always linked her identity to that of her parents. However, for those inclined to believe in conspiracy theories, this decision couldn't simply be about personal growth or a desire for privacy. No, it had to be something much more dramatic. The rumors began almost immediately. Some theorists suggested that Malia's decision was her own way of rebelling against her parents, a sign of resentment or dissatisfaction with her upbringing. Others claimed that it was an attempt to distance herself from the Obama name in preparation for a career in Hollywood, where she's been rumored to be pursuing opportunities in film production. The idea here is that dropping the last name would help her avoid accusations of being a Nepo baby, allowing her to succeed on her own merits. Of course, these theories ignore the fact that name changes are common for people looking to redefine themselves, especially those who grew up under the constant attention of the public eye. To further complicate matters, some theorists have suggested that Malia's name change is part of a larger, more complex plan. They claim that she was advised to drop the Obama last name to protect herself from potential backlash or political consequences as she moves into the next phase of her life. This theory suggests that the name change is strategic, a way to distance herself from any controversies that may arise as her parents' time in the spotlight continues to be talked about and debated. Interestingly, some conspiracy theorists have even speculated that the name change was planned by the Obamas themselves as part of a calculated effort to shield Malia from the pressures of their legacy. They claim that by encouraging her to drop the last name, Barack and Michelle were helping Malia step out of the spotlight and avoid being constantly compared to her father, who remains a prominent figure in American politics and global affairs. As is often the case with conspiracy theories, these ideas are based more on imagination than on evidence. The truth is likely much simpler. Malia Obama, like many young adults, wanted to define herself on her own terms. Dropping her last name was a way for her to begin that process, to create a space where she could explore her passions and interests without the constant reminder of her father's historic presidency. Yet, the decision has nonetheless provided more material for those who prefer to believe in more unfounded explanations. The idea that Malia's name change is tied to a deeper, hidden truth about her family is appealing to those who already buy into the other conspiracy theories surrounding the Obamas. For them, this decision isn't just a step towards independence, it's a clue, a piece of evidence that supports their broader narrative about the family. And this is where the speculation takes a darker turn. For the majority, the decision to drop the Obama name isn't just about personal identity or career strategy. These theorists argue that Malia's name change is the first sign that the truth about the Obama family is starting to come out, that their perfectly crafted lies are beginning to fall apart, and that soon the world will know the real story. They saw her decision to drop the Obama last name as not just a simple act of independence, it was seen as a signal that she had uncovered a shocking secret, that she wasn't really Barack and Michelle Obama's biological child. This idea, while completely unfounded, has taken on a life of its own in certain corners of the internet. According to these rumors, Malia allegedly discovered her true parentage in a dramatic revelation, leading to an argument and a rift within the Obama family. The theory claims that Malia, after years of being in the dark, finally learned that she had been adopted, and that her real parents were not the famous political power couple. This supposed discovery was then said to be what fueled her decision to drop the Obama last name, as a way to distance herself from the family she now believed had deceived her. The story continues to get more confusing and over the top, as these theories often do. Some suggest that Malia's real parents were Dr. Anita Blanchard, who helped deliver her and her sister at the hospital, and Martin Nesbitt, her husband, both of whom are her and Sasha's godparents. They claimed that the couple, who are very close friends of the family, were part of a secretive agreement with the Obamas, who were allegedly unable to have biological children of their own, to give them children in exchange for a position of power. This rumor bore the idea that Malia was brought into the family under a strict confidentiality agreement, with her true origins kept hidden from the public, and perhaps even from Malia herself, until she was old enough to understand. This line of thinking claims that Malia, upon learning the truth, was devastated and felt betrayed by the parents she had always known. The decision to drop the Obama last name, therefore, becomes her own way of rejecting the identity that she had been given, and a declaration of her desire to reconnect with her true origins. Some even go so far as to claim that Malia has been in contact with her biological parents, and that her name change was a step towards reuniting with them and embracing her real family. The theory also grows a different chain, claiming that Malia's true origin is linked to foreign powers or wealthy elites, who had a keen interest in seeing Barack Obama succeed on the world stage, and used her to form some sort of alliance. These wild speculations are, of course, completely baseless. There is no real evidence to support any of these claims, and they rely heavily on the idea that every aspect of the Obama family's life has been carefully staged for public consumption. The reality is that Malia and Sasha Obama were born to Barack and Michelle Obama, and any suggestion otherwise is rooted in the same kind of unfounded speculation that has followed the family for years. Despite the lack of evidence, these conspiracy theories continue to spread, fueled by a combination of mistrust, political bias, and a fascination with the idea that powerful families must have hidden secrets. The story that Malia Obama could have been adopted, and that her name change was a reflection of this revelation, appeals to those who are already inclined to believe that the Obamas are not who they appear to be. It's a narrative that plays into larger, more darker conspiracy theories about the family, particularly those surrounding Michelle Obama's gender and the legitimacy of the Obama children's births. The idea that Malia's name change might be linked to a secret adoption reflects a larger cultural fascination with digging up hidden details about famous people. In today's world, where information is always available, many people are quick to question what they hear from the media or the government. Conspiracy theories appeal to those who believe there's a hidden truth waiting to be discovered. For some, the rumor that Malia Obama might not be the biological daughter of Barack and Michelle Obama is just another truth waiting to be exposed, even though there's no real evidence to support it. As these rumors continue to spread, they bring up uncomfortable questions about how we treat public figures and their families. The Obama daughters, who were still children when their father was president, have had their lives watched very closely by the public. The fact that Malia's name change, something that could simply be a personal choice.
So, conspiracy theories and no evidence. Let's see. Boom.
They thought surgery was the only way to fix this, until this happened. This
In such a way that they claim it reveals
I believe that would take care of those conspiracy theories. You guys, we don't stop until every bit of the darkness is brought to light. You guys have a blessed day, and I love everyone. I love each and every one of you. Bye-bye.